Hey there, my name is Nick, and welcome to another video covering the many features of Studio, the local development tool for WordPress. Today we're going to be talking about custom domains and enabling HTTPS on all your local sites. So let's dive in. All right, here we are in the Studio app. If you've never used it before, Studio is a local development tool that allows you to spin up WordPress sites on your local machine. You can use this for plugin and theme development and even creating full websites. So here I have a demo site called Encore. Now I'm already on the settings tab for the site, and you can see that the local URL is set to localhost. Now this is the default configuration whenever you create a brand new Studio site. However, there are plenty of reasons why you might want to use a custom domain instead, even if it's just to make the site URL a little bit easier to remember. These default localhost URLs also use HTTP.HTTPS, which doesn't always make for the most realistic development experience. HTTPS support in Studio, though, allows you to create sites with secure connections that more closely resemble production environments. So if you want to use a custom domain and enable HTTPS on a site you've already created, all you need to do is come over here and click on the Edit Site button. This is going to open up a modal. And inside the modal, you're just going to check Use Custom Domain. You can set the domain to whatever you want and then check Enable HTTPS. Then you would just go ahead and click Save. However, for the rest of the video, I want to show what the workflow looks like if you want to create a brand new Studio site and apply a custom domain and HTTPS. So let's close the modal, and we're going to come over here and click Add Site. We'll give our new site a name. We'll call it Push to Prod, which is a fictitious WordPress development blog. Then toggle advanced settings and then use custom domain. We're going to check that here just like we saw before. Now you can choose any custom domain you want, but there is a caveat. It needs to end in .local, and also don't use a local domain you've already set up on another Studio site. Finally, let's check Enable HTTPS if you want secure connections, and finally click on Add Site. Now at this point, you will be asked for your computer password. This will give Studio permission to modify the system hosts file, which is needed for all custom domains. Note that I'm using a Mac here, so this process might look slightly different if you're on Windows. So just enter your password and we'll click OK, and your new site will start booting up. So for HTTPS connections, a root certificate authority will be generated by the Studio app. If you're on Windows, this will be automatically installed, but on Mac, like I am here, you'll need to manually install the certificate to avoid browser warnings. And we can see that here by opening the site in the browser. Here I'm using Chrome, and we're getting that your connection is not private message that you may have seen before. So to remove this warning on a Mac, you need to trust the certificate, which you can do so by clicking on this link here. Clicking on the link will open the folder in your Finder that contains that certificate file, and it's going to be called studio-ca.crt, and we can see that here. Now for convenience, I've already opened up Keychain Access. Notice that there is no Studio certificate in here. So just double click on the file to install the certificate. You will be asked for your password again to modify the keychain, but once confirmed, the certificate will be added to Keychain Access. Locate WordPress Studio CA certificate and double click to open. Toggle the trust drop-down and you'll be presented with a bunch of options. We really only need to modify the secure sockets layer here, or SSL. Set that to always trust, and then once you're good, you can just close the modal and you're all set. But I forgot that this prompt will prompt you to enter a password again to modify those certificate settings. But that's it. So now we can head back to Studio, and our new site with a custom domain and HTTPS will be all ready to go. So to test, we just need to click Open Site, and sure enough, we have no more browser warnings. Now I will note here that if you do still see the warning, all you need to do is clear your browser cache, and in rare cases, restart your browser, but that should then solve it. So for this local site, we can see here that we can confirm that the connection is secure and the certificate is valid. Finally, let's check that WP admin is the same. Here we go, and welcome to WordPress. All right, now you know how to add custom domains and enable secure connections in WordPress Studio. But if you've never used Studio before and this is your first experience with it, I highly encourage you to check it out. It is my preferred way to develop locally with WordPress. Also, the app is completely free and open source. There's a link in the description with all the information you need. So I hope you found this video useful, and if you did and you're watching this on YouTube, liking the video does help others find it and will be greatly appreciated. Also, if you're interested in more developer-oriented content on topics covering things like Studio, general WordPress development, and the many developer tools available on WordPress.com, consider subscribing to the channel. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.